sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. And it's all up next.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on, and it filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. Raheem Blackshear now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Javon Bullard bringing that play to an end. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. He finds Sanders. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play, but they will take that execution every time.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Young working from the gun. Finds Sanders. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Young on the play action. It is caught left side. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Hubbard trying this up the gut. Space to the left. And he has it all the way down to the 8. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Hubbard again. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Trying it again with Hubbard. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Young on 3rd and goal. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Maher connects there. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Jaden Reed to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Love throwing to start us off. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Love on 3rd and short. This is reeled in by Reed. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll be first down, Packers. Love out of the shotgun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Love from the gun. Able to get it to Reed. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
Jacobs gets it on the draw. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Shotgun now for Love. He's got it! And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Jacobs. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Jacobs. And he's in for the touchdown. The Packers pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. On now is McManus to kick this away. Blackshear on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing out to the left. Cut. And he'll get it up to the 27. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Now Young. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an all-pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He fields this at the 18. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Packers will take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. This is ahead for about 5. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's 2nd and 5. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Love now to throw. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
1st down throw. Here's Love. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. On target to Musgrave. And they had that one contained right at the line. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Love to throw again. Short pass brought in. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
First and 10 from the 41. Love. Quick slant taken in by Dobbs. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Finds his man, it's Kraft. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
3rd down from the gun. That's caught for the first. Touchdown, Green Bay. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. On now is McManus to kick this away. Velus Jones now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panther offense headed out to the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Young on the play action. Now right, Leggett makes the grab. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and that'll be good for a Carolina first. Tight end motioning right. Young on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Trying to get outside with Hubbard. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Brought down by Quay Walker. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
On third down, it's Young. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. He was looking Xavier Legette's way there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Out now runs the Packer offense. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Love looking to pass. Forced out to his right. He's running with it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Love out of the shotgun. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Clean breakup on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing his Love on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Legette's got it. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now it's Young. Hubbard hauls it in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
To the air on 1st down, Young. He's on the move. He can run it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, Young. That's complete to Leggett. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Third and long, Young. He's throwing deep to the left. Big gain downfield. And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers make it a one-score game in the first half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Ball at the 33 for first down. Love from the gun. This is Reed working the right side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Watson with the catch. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. And a man is there to knock that away. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Hauled in by Musgrave. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Love to throw again. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers now lead by 10. Christian Watson with the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. On now is McManus to kick this away. Blackshear on the return. Return's looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll motion a tight end left. Rush coming for Young. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Young working from the gun. Pass complete to Hubbard. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jair Alexander with the stop.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Young throwing here. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. Keyshawn Nixon returning this for the Packers. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Escapes the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. That stop made by Derek Brown. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
They motion the tight end over. 2nd and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's Love to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Carolina offense headed out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Complete to Tremble. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Second and 3 now. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Here's Young to throw. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominating in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They stick with Jacobs. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Going run again with Jacobs. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. This is reeled in by Reed. And they take him down right along the 30.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. To the air with Love. He finds him beyond the marker. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Jacobs running behind center. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Handoff running right, Jacobs. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. The Packers looking for a bigger lead before the break. Love out of the shotgun. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Love. He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Jordan Love, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers push their lead to 18. On now is McManus to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers set to take the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Young looking to throw. Sheds off a rusher. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Young. This is reeled in by Leggett. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jair Alexander with the stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Young to throw here on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their 1st. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that 1st. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Catch made over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
To the air on 1st down, Young. Tremble with the grab. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got it. He has the Carolina touchdown. Now the 2nd time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a 2nd home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers make it an 11-point ball game. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Reed. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Thrown on first down, Love. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Second and 3 now. A final throw before the break. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's halftime here in Green Bay. The Cheeseheads with plenty to cheer about as their Packers have the lead. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was an excellent first half from quarterback Jordan Love. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Reed. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Packers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jacobs. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 32. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff running left, Jacobs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. The coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Jacobs with it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, you really do love those 5-yard gains on 1st down. You know what it kind of feels like? It kind of feels like making pars on the golf course on the par 3s. And now, on the par 5s, you can go let it rip.
Here's 2nd and 5. Gets this one to Watson. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Love from the gun. Taken in by Dobbs. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. An extra corner into the game for the Panthers. 3rd down. Shotgun now for Love. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, with out routes or in routes just like that.
It's a Green Bay touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers push their lead to 18. On now is McManus to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds Sanders. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Young working from the gun. He finds Sanders. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That one gains 7. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Legette's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
That throw behind his intended target. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Receiver in motion, headed right. A 2nd down throw for Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
First time this game they've looked to him, and they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. He's got Watson. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
1st down throw. Here's Love. That's complete to Musgrave. Rolling into enemy territory. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To the air with Love. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing, Love. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
They'll run for it, Jacobs. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Ball at the 33 for first down. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
They run again with Hubbard. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Going to the ground again on first. He'll cobble together a yard there. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Third and just 2 to go. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Carolina in punt formation. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Fakes the handoff, now Love. Flushed out of the pocket. He keeps it and takes off. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Second and 3 now. They send the tight end in motion. Second and 3. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Jacobs gets it on the draw. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Here's Love. Caught by Jacobs. Nothing doing there as he gets out of bounds back at the line.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
The Packers send out their punting unit. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Gets this to Sanders. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
To the air on 1st down, Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
On third down, it's Young. He has the first over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Second and 3 now. Tight end going in motion here. From the 44 here on second down. Getting out to his left. He's on the move. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, it's Hubbard. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Second and 6 coming up here. Trying to get outside with Hubbard. He's contained at the line for no gain. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. And the Packers at a 5th DB out there for this third down play. Defense shows blitz. Young. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
They have themselves another first and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap now to Young. He completes it in traffic. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Packers into a nickel defense, third down. Young working from the gun. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Young. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Young to throw it. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Now here comes the Green Bay offense. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On the option, it's Jacobs. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They stick with Jacobs. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 44. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the 1st down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They go counter. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Going run again with Jacobs. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. The Panthers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Young. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the gun. Hauled in left side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Second and 3 now. From the 37. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. Young throwing here. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On 2nd and 10, Young escapes the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And the Packers had a 5th DB out there for this 3rd down play. Legette's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st. Young on the play action. Complete to Tremble. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's a give to Hubbard.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
And the Packers will go with a dime look. 3rd down coming. Play action now. Young. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. It's a gain of 4. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Finds Sanders. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
From the pistol, it's Young. Touchdown, Carolina! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers make it an 11-point ball game. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is the type of game that's going to get people talking when people look at the numbers that he's posted running with it. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain. Third and just 2 to go. Running right, here's Jacobs. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
A modest gain on the counter. A good recovery there from the front 7, Kate. They bought the fake initially, but adjusted just in time to limit the damage headed the other direction.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Shotgun now for Love. On target to Musgrave. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers leading by 11. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. All right, here we go. Second down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. The defense takes its third and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Handoff, running right, Jacobs. He gets the first and more inside the 20. And they finally get to him at the 15. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Packers to a knee, letting the clock run out on this victory.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.